issues. So thanks very much for you know, patience and all the rest of it. I'm here tonight actually to interview Michelle Crozier, who's just, agreed to be one of our guest speakers. And just a little bit of background to say that I've actually known Michelle a very long time, must be about 20 years, through a friend of mine, and she's actually a friend's sister. We haven't actually seen each other in face to
Long
face for a long
time.
time, but we've actually been meeting each other on, is it Face Live for
Yeah,
a few months
virtual.
over lockdown. So we're actually going to be talking about Kirtan tonight, and I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil the sort of like thing, and I think you can explain it much better. But I thought it would be really good to sort of start, why and when did you actually get in singing and music, Michelle?
Okay. Well, originally I trained to be an opera singer. As a kid, I remember going to a concert, a school trip, and they had these opera singers, and I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. So when I left school, I trained to be an opera singer as well as being a hairdresser. I just paid for it all privately. And I did that for many years, musical theatre and concerts and travelling abroad and everything. And then I went to see a Kirtan with Deva Pramal and another time with Snatam Kern, and something really, I felt such a calling to Kirtan after the experiences I had with these amazing artists. And I was like, oh, I had that same feeling I had when I wanted to be an opera singer. And I was like, oh, I need to do this. And so what happened was I started off as a Kirtan drummer, and that was a really amazing experience, and just really immersing myself in the practice and just being around the energy. And then I kind of thought I wanted to do my own kirtans. I didn't want to just be the drummer. I wanted to actually be singing my own songs and then creating my own music and creating my album, mantra album. And it's just such a completely, from my opera to the mantra, it's like been such an interesting journey. Yeah, so that's kind of a shortened version of how I just find it such a beautiful, powerful practice, and it really, it's, well, for instance, as an opera singer, you're playing a character, and so it's like you're wearing a mask kind of thing, and you're being this character. With Kirtan, it's
Mm,
just not just me, it's, I'm enough kind of thing.
yeah,
It's like in my
yeah,
raw emotional, I'm sharing the music that I've created myself. And that, when I first started, and even when I create a new piece, it's that kind of trepidation and that vulnerability around sharing, and how are people going to respond to your music. And I was like, oh my God, this is what it must be like with pop singers. They must go through this every time, even though they're super duper famous and successful. I bet they still have that moment of trepidation, is like, how are people going to receive my music? And it's like, I can understand that feelings of judgment if people don't really respond to your music how you'd really want them to respond. So it's like, yeah, it's a vulnerable space, I feel, and it made me really respect artists, because it's all very easy, like, oh, that song's not that great, and actually it's really like, to create a song and to put yourself out there and to perform it, that takes so much courage. And now I totally see a different, I feel it completely different about singers and musicians, and totally respect, like, actually I get it, I really
that's
get it.
lovely.
So
I was just going to say, like, so how would you explain what kirtan is? I know it's a Sanskrit word, but
yeah.
and I know it's to do with bhakti yoga. So it'd be nice maybe for the tribe to really understand what it means and what it is as a
Yeah, so
practice.
Kirtan is a form of singing meditation. It's, as Kaz said, it's from the Bhakti yoga tradition, and this is yoga of devotion, yoga of the heart. It's like yoga means union. So it's when we come together, our mind, body, and our spirit come together as one, so that we're really present in the moment, not distracted by, what have I got to do later? It's actually really like this kind of dropping into your heart center. And it's this completely, it literally, because I have a really busy mind, and this is why I love the practice so much, because I struggle with meditation. But Kirtan, I can sing like for a couple of hours mantras. It totally clears my mind, totally clears my mind. It's like it's a cleansing practice. And using the Sanskrit language, it's an ancient language. So the vibration of this language is very powerful, and it can create emotional releases, because sound is energy. And obviously singing these mantras over and over again, it kind of raises the vibration and clears and cuts through, so you can feel joyful, you can feel blissful, you can feel really emotional. I've been in Kirtan, so I've been literally just sobbing. It's just totally cleansing practice. So it's very, very, very powerful healing practice for sure. What else can I say about it? I just love it, really. I just really feel like I found something that really works for me, and it really just shifts my energy and changes my emotional state.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
literally, yeah, and creating music. And when I was doing my album, I was going for a really, literally, I hit rock bottom. Having to get up, go into the studio, create music. My music, like, literally saves me. It is my absolute, it's my, yeah, how do I explain it? It's the thing that gets me through. It's the thing that gets me
Yeah.
through all the challenges that I've had in my life. And I'm so grateful that I have singing, because it literally, yeah, I can't live without it. It's my soul calling. And I realize that it's sharing my music and singing with other
And I love
people.
that. And I love that you found that as well. I mean, I've always thought you've had the most wonderful voice. I remember you singing at Louise's wedding. I don't
Yeah,
think there was a dry eye in the house. Now, obviously, that was when you were still opera singing then, weren't you, more? Because that we were going to 2005.
yeah.
Um, so you said that you went to see this artist, but did someone invite you, or you just found it on the internet, or like, where did that spot? And like, I know you went to see them, but where did the curiosity maybe come
Well, I
to? Do you
was
think it was just there that
invitation.
you were
Yeah,
trying to find your soul calling?
yeah. It
Yeah,
was
yeah. So it,
yeah,
it found you. You see?
yeah, yeah. I really believe that. And then pathways kind of open up. And then I feel that
Mm,
I find this very much in life, that something kind of comes to an end, and then and then I get like really fearful, and I think I just have to like trust in the process, because then space is created for something else to happen. And that's what I've really trying to kind of get over, that really, that I always have this sense of panic when, because I used to do I had my own opera group called Bel Canto, and we used to sing together, doing gigs together. We used to do street performances, and then I'd literally had enough, and it came to an end, and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? And then another doorway opens, and something else, and then that's how, like, the
yeah.
kirtan, it just flowed. But originally, I was answering your question. Originally, I was invited by friends, and I was just like, oh, what is this weird? And I remember sitting there in judgment, like, oh my God, I'm in a room full of hippies. Oh my God, they're singing this. What is this weird stuff they're singing? And then
I
the
like
next,
your honesty.
yeah, it's so true. I was like, oh my God, I don't belong here. This is like one of those cult type things, you know? And then the next thing I
Mm,
know, I'm singing along and having the most amazing experience. I was like, wow, I just felt so joyful and peaceful. This is powerful stuff, really powerful stuff. And then I
I'd
bought an
agree with that.
album,
I'd
and then
agree with
that was
that.
it.
So,
Yeah.
I know it's down in Brighton that you were going, wasn't it? So you would have regular before lockdown. It must have been quite a challenge where you had to switch from that face to face. Also, I was thinking there's probably a community thing as well, the community
Yeah,
spirit. There's everything sort of embodied in that. And then suddenly you can't be with everyone. But in a way, thank God for technology right now
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
you've actually managed to carry on. And
Well, I
and I have to say, from my point of view, selfishly, I'm kind of glad because I found it, you know.
yeah, yeah,
So for me, you were inviting me all those years. I couldn't go because, getting to Brighton with a wheelchair and all the rest of it. But I was always curious, see? And
yeah.
then just putting it online, easy access. But I did have judgment too. So I wanted to share that with you because I thought, although I remember, the first time I literally transported myself to the Hare Krishna in Glastonbury in 2009, and I thought I really enjoyed myself. Why am I judging right now? And it's interesting how we can still judge with music.
Mm.
But then I think Kirtan gets you because it's all about love and devotion and all the lovely things in life, all the like peace and joy and whatever. And I definitely was needing it myself. Um, so from a self point of view, I'm so glad that you kept inviting me
Well, I'm really,
because now I can share it with people. Does that make sense?
yeah, 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 yeah. I
Yeah. So you always say keep sharing active love, and I felt that every time you've done a performance for me, every Sunday that I joined. Eventually, I remember a time when I just up and danced, and I just had such freeing moment. And hearing it
mm,
from you, I can totally understand where you're coming from. It's an amazing feeling. I always love singing too, but I can't sing. But I'm always very, I admire people that have the courage like you. And that's why I wanted to meet you because I think it's important that talent is, shared as well because I think you've got a great talent. You're very musical when it comes to playing the drums as well. I mean, I just get and love it.
yeah.
So I wanted to give you a nice little feedback live for everyone
Mm.
to hear. Um, any other things to talk about in the journey through Kirtan or making the music that you might like to discuss? Or
Well, going back to what you were saying before, I really, because I used to be out doing kirtan a lot, drumming for people, doing my own kirtans, and then that all stopped, and I just felt like such a great loss. And I was like, what the hell am I going to do? I was literally out every week gigging all the time and doing loads of different events, and then that's all gone. It's like half of my life gone. I was like, oh my goodness me, what am I going to do? And I saw other people doing live streams, and I was like, I can't do that, and blah blah blah. But it literally, I had, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be it. Again, like I said to you before, music saves me. So it got me through
yeah,
lockdown by doing the kirtans. It was, and sharing my practice. I was like, and it was really scary for me to do the live. He was like, what the hell do you say? And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to be myself. I'm just being myself,
and you
share
and
my
you are, and
music.
that's what's fabulous.
Yeah, just, and that's it. That's what, the whole thing about when I was a opera singer, the mask with Kirtan, I'm just myself. And that's absolutely perfect. And that's the beauty of Kirtan. It's like there's no judgments, there's total acceptance, and yeah, so I'm very, very grateful that I stepped out of my comfort zone to share live kirtans. And even now, I still get nervous. You're sitting waiting, and there's like nobody there, and you're like, oh, nobody's going to come, and it's really, it's vulnerable. It is, and even though I've been doing it all these months, I still feel that same vulnerability every time that I start a live. It's like, oh, and then I just like, because that's all the head stuff, and then once I start chanting. That's when I come and drop in, and
All gone. Yeah,
yeah.
I can appreciate that. Um, Is there any sort of like example of a mantra that you love most that you'd like to share with the group? Well, the tribe, sorry.
Um, oh God, I love all of, what, did you want me to sing something? Is that what you meant? Or you
Well,
just like
would you
to talk
mind? I
about it?
thought that might be quite nice.
Okay, I don't know what the
Yeah.
sound would be like though, because it,
Whatever you feel comfortable. I did not want to
yeah.
put you on the spot, my
No,
dear.
no, no. I've got no problem with singing. The only thing is, the sound on Zoom's a bit dodgy, so I don't know how that would be. Hold on. Does that sound distorted, or
It
is that
doesn't
okay?
sound distorted to me, so hopefully
Okay.
it's going to be fine out to everyone else.
Okay then.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful. As you
Ambe
know, that's one of my
Ma.
favorites.
Mine too.
Just before I've got about 2 minutes,
Okay.
or maybe one. Would you mind just saying what that actually means? And
Yes,
then maybe we'll just briefly say about your music pages and people
sure.
can maybe contact you or whatever if they're interested.
Sure. Okay, so Ambe Ma is a very simple mantra, and it means divine mother, oh mother, divine mother. So that could be the feminine aspect, or it could also be Mother Earth, Mother Nature, whatever resonates for you. It's a very it's not a very, it's kind of what the mantra, and it's how the mantra makes you feel as well. You don't have to have like specific sort of translation. It's like, actually, how does that mantra make you feel? For me, Ambe Ma makes me have a
Yeah.
real like, oh, heart opening chakra, heart opening chakra. You know, it just like, oh, that for me. And so it's more
Love that.
about
Yeah.
how the mantra
Same
makes
with
you
me.
feel.
I usually feel emotional, but in a good way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like such a,
It's like I'm getting
like
a
the
big hug
compassionate
as
mother.
well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the aspect of the compassionate
Yeah.
mother. You know, the mother energy, the
So
nurturing
I know that
energy.
you've obviously, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, my thingy connects cut in and
Okay.
out there, so apologies for talking over you there. I know that you've got like a couple of music page stuff, so I thought maybe what we could do is you could share them in, like when the video's up on the grid, if you want to share them in there
Yeah, I
for
could share the
people,
link. Yeah, yeah,
because
because
you've
I've
got
got
like
an
Spotify, your Facebook one, etc. Is that okay?
yeah, absolutely, no problem. Cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Any last thoughts or anything you want to just say?
Oh, well, give it a try, and yeah, just really try something new, because it's about freeing your voice as well, and any limiting beliefs that you may have around your voice. We get so kind of as children we're told to be quiet, shush, but actually this is a practice that's like, actually whatever comes out is beautiful, and it's not about being perfect, it's about being real and singing from the heart. So yeah, give it a try. And yeah, and it's okay to have judgments about it and feel like, oh my god, this is weird. And because I was exactly the same. I was like, what the hell is this? So yeah, and that's okay to have, because that's what happens. We have these kind of thoughts that come up. And yeah,
Yeah,
so
conditioning. Conditioning.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
That
that's
sounds
what I
fantastic.
got.
Really
Follow your
appreciate your
joy.
time. And hopefully you will get some more people to Kirtan, because I
Yeah,
love going to it, as you know.
yeah,
And I really enjoyed it on Friday night. So I'm looking forward to your next
yeah.
session. Thanks everyone in the tribe as well for your patience and time tonight.
Thank
And we'll speak
you.
to you all soon. All right,
Thank
Michelle, you
you.
take care.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
now. Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye bye.